Jeez, I wonder what road it connects to, though. I don't even see what road. Is there something that branches off of here, maybe? That goes up to the musician that I've just not seen? And then maybe it goes somewhere else from the musician? Because there's definitely a highway thing right over there. And it's... nobody has done anything to that. So I would definitely need to go up the river from here. Which means... I'm sure somebody's got a bridge out here somewhere. It's like right there, there's a bridge. So I could probably go out...
Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized.
There's BTs out there. Great. Okay. Yeah, some people do need to get some perspective. For sure, Hector. But the funniest thing to me was in the Discord, like so the one person dropped a link and was complaining that his comments were getting shadow banned. The next person down was like, sounds to me like you're just trying to cry to his manager, like, good luck finding his manager, something along those lines. And I just had to chuckle. Slacker says, Dune is the first game I've gotten involved with since Elite Dangerous, and I've been genuinely shocked by the level of entitlement coming from some quarters. Yeah, So, I have not only been a gamer, I've also developed games, and so I have seen both sides of the fence. And specifically, one of the projects I developed was an MMO, so I've been the creative director on an MMO for almost 8 years. So I've been the face of a company who is creating a live service product. And the amount of entitlement that it's a very tiny percentage. Believe me when I say that. It's like in the 1 percentile or less of the people who play games make the loudest amount of noise. The case of Dune Awakening is that it has well over 1 million people playing. So that 1% is a large enough percent, it's a large enough number that their voices are very, very loud. But it's a tiny, tiny, tiny percentage of the actual people who play Dune. There are, more than 1 million sales, hundreds of thousands of people playing on a daily basis. The amount of people actually doing this and QQing on the internet is maybe 100, might be 1,000 at the most. That is nothing in comparison to the actual people playing the game. What does my wife and manager say? Well, actually, to be honest with you, my wife/manager tells me I should stop being confrontational in my streams. She literally has told me that probably 10 times over the last 3 years. You should just not engage with people like that on your stream. And I'm like, you're probably right, honey, but I get a sick, perverse pleasure out of it. It's like a cat playing with its food. That's how I've always described it on stream. When I get a troll in chat, I just want to play with it. I want to bat it around the room for a little while. I want to... it's too much fun. Load onto the off-roader. I'm not carrying that shit. That's a good question, Sparky, and that's actually one that I don't have an answer to. That's a really good question. So Sparky on Twitch asked, sorry for the totally off-topic question, but now that someone mentioned Dune lore, can someone tell me what a mauler is in Dune? When the word is used towards people, it seems to mean something of a slave, which is true. But then the Fremen have mauler pistols, so slave pistols. I think the idea is that because they are a renegade society, they only have access. Well, in the books, they have access to all sorts of weapons. Like in the books, they have rocket launchers, they have rifles. Because they've been fighting the Sardaukar and the Harkonnen troops in the books, so they have all of the weapons that they have stolen from the Empire and from the Harkonnens. It's a little different in the game lore. So yeah, that's a good question about why do the Fremen in the game have mauler pistols? Yeah. Hector says, I cannot imagine anyone in some countries or regions around the world really bothered about PvE versus PvP in Dune. They're just trying to get from day to day first world. Oh yeah, we've talked about that before for sure on the channel. Like, people who complain about things in a video game are so sheltered from the real world. Like if you have the luxury of complaining about a video game, and that's the highlight of the troubles that you face in your day-to-day life, is you complain about things in a video game, you do not have any cognizance of the privileged position that you have on planet Earth. You are living a 1% lifestyle. If you have the luxury to complain about things in a video game. Facts. Pure facts. Because so many people on the planet still have to struggle with clean drinking water, let alone having a high-speed internet connection, let alone having the money to afford a PlayStation or a gaming PC or an Xbox or a handheld. Like, is your country getting bombed? Are you being forced to flee as a refugee because there's an active war in your country? Are you being forced out of your strip? I'm not going to mention any names, but are you being forced out of your strip of land because another country wants to commit genocide against you, and you're forced to flee, and you're facing genocide and religious prosecution? Like, there are hunger issues, there are poverty issues all around the world, and so when I hear some privileged first world crybaby complaining about a video game, I lose zero. I have no empathy for those people at all. None. You're living a 1% lifestyle, and no, I don't care. You're complaining about a video game when other people don't have clean drinking water, let alone an internet connection. So, no. Nope. That'll be a clip and ship it short. First world problems for sure. Improved floating carriers. I'm not using carriers, so I don't care about the carriers. I wouldn't mind the battery thing, but I'm good to go right now. Sherrard. But Funcom broke their promise to me on PvP. Thanks for the gifted sub over on Twitch, Slacker. One of my favorites is the recent. There's a recent I saw on the Dune Discord. There's a handful of people who are up in arms about wanting to. They're demanding refunds because of false advertisement because they claim that the changes to the Deep Desert fundamentally changed the game, and they're demanding refunds for false advertisement. And I'm just like, oh my! They're like, Funcom promised me open PvP. They did? Where? Where did Funcom promise you open PvP? Because nowhere in their marketing did they ever say that it was a PvP game. Literally, their marketing simply states Dune Awakening is a multiplayer survival game. Read the marketing. Their marketing 100% says multiplayer survival game. At no point in time does their marketing say anything anywhere about PvP. Ever. Ever. I've been following the game for years. At no point did they ever market it as a PvP game. Which is one of the reasons I was willing to get on board with it, because I hate PvP. This poor bridge is getting completely slaughtered with the... Oh, it's completely ruined.
Okay.
I've never seen anything get ruined by the rain. My vehicle torched by time juice. Look at that. Listen to that. We're getting BT music and everything else. They want me to go right up through here and like grab these samples, right? And then we're going to get hit with BTs. I know exactly what they want me to do here, and I'm not going to do it. I will. No, you're forcing me into BTs. God damn it. I really just want to go around the outside edge. I am sticking to the outside edge of the river here. Oh, something heard me or saw me. Don't stop driving. I don't want to die out here. Alright, this is the part where I gotta be super careful so I don't actually dump this boat in the river. Yeah, the mind's eye situation is another one. I like how the guy who played the character, like one of the main actors for Mind's Eye, came out in the public and actually did a big post on social media recently about the controversy. And he's like, you know, I get why some people are upset that the game had some bugs in it, and I also don't understand why the company released the game with, you know, those types of bugs in it. But at the same time, it's kind of not fair to lash out the way you are about a game having bugs, and it's also not fair for you to be lashing out at those of us who were just actors on the project, because we have no control. Because he's getting personally attacked on social media, like.
Security measures lifted. Weapons
you know, for something that he has no control over. He was paid to do a gig, and he did the gig.
Feels good.
The delivery terminal to process your orders and requests.
I will definitely be playing Mind's Eye at some point. The only reason I didn't do it at launch is because I'm too busy right now. But it looks awesome. I can't wait to play it. And I play games all the time with buggy. Are you kidding me? I played Stalker 2 at launch. Like, I have played some buggy hot messes at launch. Exactly, Hector. There are no facts, only interpretations, and complaining fools have taken it to the limit because Funcom said no open PvP, and they interpreted that to mean open
Hold on a
PvP.
minute. Are you Sam? Then does this mean the
It's the
drawbridge is
Bethesda
finally
thing
coming
with
to the valley?
Starfield.
Oh,
People
thank you.
interpreted
I'm glad
all
you can
these
make it.
things about Starfield from the
It's
marketing
an honor to
material
welcome you here.
when Bethesda never said any of those things. I will always come back to the flight thing. Like, they promised me I was going to be able to land my ship and take off on my ship, just like in Elite Dangerous. I'm like, no, they didn't. All they ever did was show a cutscene of a ship landing and taking off, and you assumed that it meant that you could manually take off and land your ship. Correct, Ivan. It's not Yvonne. I'm sorry. Thinking Ivanka. But it's anyway. My pronunciation is off this morning. People put their own hype on things. We've covered this in other videos. It's like it's an unfortunate reality of the times we live in. People will put their own hype onto things, and then when it doesn't turn out to be that level of hype, they get upset. And it's like you only have yourself to blame for that. Yeah, I like the looks of everything. Mind's Eye looks like a cool project. I'm just too busy to try it out. Like I had Dude Awakening, Death Stranding 2, The Altars, all happening at the same time in the month of June, so I didn't have time to try Mind's Eye. I have to pick my battles.
We'll be hoping to see
I can
more
only
of you in
play
the
so many
future.
games per month.
The next step involves the Cupid, yeah? Okay then, let's do this.
Let's do this, partner. God, we still have so much more to go. This is awesome. I bet I get 100 hours out of this playthrough. Looking at the size of this map. I bet I get at least 80. I don't know about 100. It'll be at least 80 because I'm already... I think we're about 25 hours in right now. And there's still a lot of map left over. So unless things suddenly start like rapidly progressing, or I just decide... I mean, I suppose it could get a lot faster if I decide to stop 5-starring places, but I know for a fact that once I get the zip line, I'm going to get sidetracked building zip lines, because that was a huge part of my playthrough of the first game, was building zip lines all over the mountains, and I've already gotten sidetracked building highways here. Ooh, what is this? Okay. Interesting.
Now displaying your current order grade.
The connection looks strong and steady to me. That cargo you brought along is going to make a world of difference, too. It'll allow us to proceed with our terraforming initiative. Hopefully, no more towns will have to suffer the fate of the one down below us. Oh, we've shared our tar cannon data with
Exactly,
everyone, by the
Hector.
way.
And
I
I've
suspect you'll find it
I haven't said the
useful in
same
your own
thing. A
work.
lot of people projected
Try it out.
onto
See if it
Mind's
suits
Eye
your
that it was going to be
needs.
the next GTA 5, and the company never said that. Yeah.
Thanks for everything, Sam. You and Drawbridge have helped ensure that these lands will one day be filled with life again.
These
However long it takes.
lands.
In particular,
Are
that
we allowed to
comrade
say
of
it that
yours
way
has
these
performed
days?
absolute miracles
Political
for us.
correctness.
If you're looking to link up with them, you'll find them in the ravine on the
Somebody
other side of
stole
the river,
my
directly
fingernail clippers,
opposite
I
this
think.
shelter. Come back and visit anytime.
Right.
Or
Time
maybe
to
I
meet
just
up
moved
with our
them.
comrade. Let's see. They should be around here somewhere.
Oh, my vehicle is probably getting torched with rain. Fuck. All right, we gotta move. Hang on, what am I supposed to do next? Oh, rendezvous. With your comrade. Oh yeah, rain destroys vehicles, Larry. The timefall destroys everything, so don't leave your vehicle out in the rain. It'll slowly rust away. Timefall shelters are a big deal. Garages, you have to repair your vehicles from time to time. Timefall shelters only repair cargo, though. They don't repair your vehicle. You have to repair your vehicles back to the actual bases. Timefall is the rain, Larry. The rain that comes down is called timefall because if the rain touches you, it makes time pass. Oh no, shit, I got a music. Hang on, I gotta mute this. Ah! Sorry guys, I gotta mute the music because it's copyright stuff. Sorry. Blame Kojima. It's the rain keeps falling on my head song. And it's really frustrating that their advice on their website is just mute the audio when this happens because otherwise you're gonna get dinged. So it just killed the bird and she doesn't care. Or she can bring it back to life. She did something with the hydrant. So she can repair things. Oh. Somehow she has an ability to repair timefall damage. Hello. Excuse me.
Go
All
on,
right,
Sam.
I think we're good.
Follow her into that facility.
Let's grab my vehicle. All right. Hello? It'll make more sense as you play the first game, Larry, because, like, Fragile, her whole story is tied to Timefall. Is she prego? And where did she get the bird seed? We're living in apocalyptic times. It's gourmet pellets, too.
Thanks for coming, Sam. I'm sorry about just now. I didn't know who you were at first.
You're the picture of health, Rainey.
You too, little man.
You had some kind of a trick for dealing with Timefall?
Rainey, it's been too long.
Fragile.
Can't wait to see you again.
What are we waiting for, Sam? Let's head to the DHV Magellan.
Yay! I finally got out of episode 3 after like 3 streams in episode 3. uh.
Fragile. Hi.
Hi. Nice to meet the old-fashioned way. Carograms are great, but nothing beats a hug. Well, I'm sure you already know. This is Rainey. She's a good friend of the cause.
It really is a pleasure to meet you, Sam.
Nice to meet you too.
Glad to see you in good health.
And it's so good to see you all again.